Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back today, and we'll be posting some more videos to your liking. As you can see here, though, we'll be having a bit more information coming out with the Highland Park shooter. A lot more information has come out since yesterday, so we'll get right on to it. Now, of course, this seems to be a great trend, so I'm going to probably address my big opinions here and why this stuff is all happening. So let's get right into the article. Revealed, Highland Park shooter who killed at least 7 and injured dozens in July massacre was known to law enforcement. Okay. Here's the thing with what I want to say about these people is that I don't want to say their names. I accidentally uttered his name, but I'm going to try my best to not utter these guys' names. Specifically because getting these guys' names and telling them who they are is a problem. Specifically, just because of the fact it makes people want to do them more. I may believe Jordan Peterson did this, and I actually started to agree with him. Is that like if we start saying these names and giving them these public attention, they are going to keep on doing these tragedies more and more. It's for gratification, wanting to be seen, aware, known. So I'm just not going to try to give these people this time of day. But I do want to report the news so that way we can find ways to fight back against this and actually see the lies that it's coming up from the far left in the media, so that way you can gotta get the true information out there. 21 is suspected of killing 7 people in Highland Park, Illinois. The YouTuber known as Awake the Rapper lives on the outskirts of Chicago. Police said he was known to law enforcement in dramatized school shootings. Crimeless father Bob Sr. runs 2 businesses, and his mom is an alternative healer. Bob lost 2019 Mario campaign to a liberal who ran on gun control platform on the day of the school shooting in Uvalde in May 2022. His father liked a tweet reading, "Protect the Second Amendment like your life depends on it." The rapper suspected of killing 7 people and wounding more than a dozen others during his massacre at a July 4th parade was known to law enforcement. 7 people were killed and 24 wounded. Are at an Independence Day parade massacre in the affluent Chicago suburb of Highland Park, Illinois, on July 4th. Suspect Bobby Crime. I need to really learn to stop doing this. The perpetrator, 21, who goes by moniker Awake the Rapper and boasts more than 16,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, was reportedly known to police. It is not yet known if this was because of the violent videos that were hosted by YouTube until they were taken down Monday night. Music videos posted by the perpetrator online last fall include a drawing of himself shooting people and a clip of himself throwing bullets on the floor of a classroom while wearing armor in what appears to be a joke about school shootings. These are the things here that he has posted. Yep. Great stuff. The YouTube rapper has a net worth of $100,000. His victims were between the ages of 8 and 85, with around 4 of those shot believed to be children. So far, synagogue teacher Jackie Sunham, a married mother, and grandfather Nicholas Toledo, 78, have been named as victims. Sunham was remembered in a glowing tribute posted by her synagogue. Toledo's family told of how they were splattered with his blood at the event, which they say he had been reluctant to go to. President Joe Biden said he and his wife Jill were shocked by the senseless gun violence that has yet again brought grief to an American community on this Independence Day, and vowed to continue the fight against the shooting epidemic. The perpetrator was arrested after an 8-hour manhunt that involved local and federal authorities. In 2020, the perpetrator was pictured attending a Donald Trump rally while dressed as Where's Waldo. Another picture has emerged showing the suspect wrapped in Donald Trump flag. This is all stuff here. With Trump rallies in the past. At one of the rallies that the perpetrator was pictured in the Northbrook, Illinois, the Chicago Tribune described it was tense, but said there was no arrest made as a counter-protester showed up at the event. The ex-president was not present at that rally. The suspect's IMDb page describes him as being the middle child of 3 who grew up in an Italian-American family in Highland Park, Illinois. The suspect tries to the community go back as far as his grandfather, Robert Cremo, who was born in Highland Park in 1929. Robert Cremo died in 2018. belongings were left behind at the scene of a mass shooting along the Route 5 of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois. All this stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. His obituary named the suspects as Job Jr. and Denise. Most of the family mentioned in the tribute live in the Highland Park area. Crimo's father, Bob, SR 58, is a local deli owner who once ran for mayor, while his mom, Denise Pesina, 48, was once arrested in suspicion of domestic battery. She appears to have become a Mormon and is also into alternative therapies, according to her Facebook page. The perpetrator has two siblings, including a 27-year-old sister, Lynette Pesana, with the family residing in a comfortable $425,000 home in Highwood, close to the scene of the shooting. The family lives along Pleasant Avenue in Highwood, just north of Highland Park. Their home is located across the street from Oak Terrace Elementary School. This is him being arrested. In April 2019, Crimo's father ran for mayor in Highland Park. It does not appear that his campaign was backed by a political party. His slogan was "A person for the people." Bob Crimo was defeated by the town's current mayor, Nancy Lourdes, a liberal who ran her campaign partly on a platform about gun control. In a pre-election profile, Bob Crimo said that he was the owner of two restaurants in the area, White Hen in Pennsylvania and Bob's Pantry Deli in Brightside, Illinois. He wrote in the profile, "I'm running as a mayor as a person for the people in our community. It's my way of giving back to the community who have been so supportive over me over the years. I live local and I will stay local." In the 2018 feature with the Chicago Tribune, Bob Crimo was pictured with Denise Pesina. He described his restaurant as a family-run and family-oriented store. In February 2015, Pesina was arrested in Highland Park on charges of domestic battery while driving, reported by Chongcom at the time. Further details on the outcome of that case have not been shared. Following his defeat, Bob Crimo wrote on Facebook, "This has been a great experience. I cannot thank my supporters enough. Although the polls weren't in my favor, I will continue to do my best to further improve Highland Park for my fellow neighbors. Thank you all so much again." While on his Twitter page, Bob Crimo follows on an account and an archived account of ex-President Donald Trump's tweets. On May 27th, the same day that 19 children and 2 teachers were slaughtered at an elementary school in Naval, Texas, Bob Crimo liked a tweet that read, "Protect the Second Amendment like your life depends on it." The suspect's mother, Denise Pesana, is a healer with a business named Trilogy Laundry Systems. She regularly posts revealing photos of herself on her Facebook, often while posing with her cat Sanjay. According to the company's mission statement, Trilogy Energy Systems is committed to the well-being of all energy systems, a full-spectrum healing cooperative. One person has the ability to influence numerous lives. The profile on that page says that Prasanna studied at traditional Chinese medicine at Shanghai University and at the Ayurvedic Institute, a New Mexico-based school that teaches the principles and practice of Ayurveda and integrative medicine. In one of the songs, the perpetrator rapped, "My actions will be violent and a thought is unnecessary, and I know what I have to do. I know what's in it, not only for me, but for everyone else." According to the FBI, the perpetrator has tattoos showing 4 tally marks with a line through them on his right cheek, red roses and green leaves on his neck, and cursive script above his left eyebrow that reads "Awake." The fact that the perpetrator has ties to communities of Rockville, Jacob, and Elgin, Illinois. An IMDb page about the suspect describes him as a rapper, singer, songwriter, writer, actor, and director from Chicago. The most viewed video on the rapper's YouTube channel is the music video for his song "On My Mind." The video showing the suspect in a classroom, the perpetrator operated 2 channels, both of which have been deleted for violating YouTube's community guidelines. The track begins as a slow ballad, including the lines, "You're always on my mind," "Cluey with a fat ass, I want to make you mine, I'm running out of time, blah 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 blah. I do not care about his stupid raps." The song has a sudden change in tempo and shows the perpetrator reaching into a backpack. The screen goes black. Eugene, the screen goes black, and then when the music returns, it's dubbed with maniacal laughter and fast-paced piano music and a heavy drum beat. The video then shows a classroom ransacked with the suspect smiling. The perpetrator is clad in combat helmet as he falls to the floor, clutching his face and dropping bullets to the floor. The bio goes on to say that his music career began when he was 11, when the perpetrator began uploading music online. His music is in the genre of lofi rap, blah blah blah, and all this other good stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much the article, guys. It's a long article, but it's pretty much going after exactly what happened here. Now, let me voice my opinions on this. Now, as we're seeing here, is that the known to law enforcement. A lot of these shootings have been known to law enforcement. A lot of them. And I'm going to address what some people have probably said into a Discord here, that that this is probably being pushed as for political gain or for the actually backlash that can happen. Because I'm seeing way too many times that law enforcement has known about things about this and have let this happen rather than, you know, going after these type of people and arresting them and detaining them and seeing what's going to happen. Because there's just too many times to where law enforcement has known about things, have actively refused to do something, as we seen by the Uvalde shooting, was make that very apparent right there. And a lot of the other shootings that happened that law enforcement actually knew about these people and didn't do anything about until the tragedy hit. So I'm starting to think that's maybe for a politically gang movement, which I really hope it's not. But if all these tragedies that are happening and law enforcement known about all these issues that have been happening to this prior to it, then I'm gonna start thinking it's maybe for political gain. Because something's really messed up here. These shootings should not be happening. It's one thing if the police didn't know about it, right? But even I said in previous videos before that the police will most likely know about this person and they haven't done anything about it. And now that this has come out, I am starting to think that maybe this is just a political gang move or some type of or whatever have you, because these things can be stopped. It just seems that the police or the FBI have absolutely refused to actually help people fix this problem entirely. And that's my problem. I don't think the law enforcement should be trusted at all at this point, because obviously if they known about this shit and they are of all these things and they continue to do this, then that's my problem here, and that's what I think that is a huge problem in the sense of why these things are going on. If you guys know about this, then it needs to be stopped. Okay, so actually I would like to see some type of law being put into place. If law enforcement knew about some of these tragedies happening and that happened, I want the personal law enforcement that knew about it to be penalized severely, because that means that they had to be held accountable for things that happened. Now, I know there's going to be a counter things for, it's like, you can't go off of what people say on their mind. You can only do what after the act happened. Now, I can agree with that. However, there is, at the very least, you need to do an investigative report on them at the very least, so that way you can stop these things from happening. I understand you don't want to violate people's rights, which I agree, but there needs to be a way to stop these type of things from happening, because if the police knew about this, then why can't this be stopped in some way, right? So that's it. That's my take on it. That's it for the video as well, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.